And here's all our frozen buddies. Okay, cool. Wow. And we also have a morgue. We'll come back to that later. So our living frozen friends, as opposed to our dead frozen friends, all have. Good morning, everyone. I'm Dave. Welcome back to the wee hours where I suffer from periodic bouts of insomnia and play games to pass the time. We are going to start playing Tempest Citadel, a game I've kind of had my eye on for a little bit, and I've been really wanting to play this. I was fortunate enough to get a key from the developer so I could test drive this a little bit early before its release. It is due out on Steam on April 17th, so about three-ish or so weeks from when I'm recording this. So very happy to be able to take this out early and kick it around and kick the tires a little bit and see what it's all about, because it looked really neat when I was checking it out. So thank you to Artform Games for letting me give this a bit of a test drive. So prior to recording this, I did basically about the first 30-ish minutes of gameplay on easy mode with the tutorials on, just to get a vague basic handling of the mechanics and whatnot. But let's start a new game, and we'll go with normal mode. I don't think I'm really cut out for tough or extreme, no question of that, but casual might be a little too easy, so we'll go with normal mode. I'm going to turn the tutorials off. I feel I have a rudimentary understanding of the mechanics, although there may be parts that I misremember or get stuck on, so forgive me if I do that. But let's just go with free play, just the regular old game without the tutorials on, and let's get stuck into Tempest Citadel. Well, we are orbiting around a planet, and from that black smoke coming out of our ship, I can't imagine that is good. Welcome, Commander. The time has come. We have traveled farther from our home than we could have dreamed. Everywhere I direct my optics and sensors, I can find none of the constellations or galaxies we saw in the skies above Terra. So we are from Earth. That's good to know, or at least I assume we're from Earth if we're calling it Terra. The stars are older here. The darkness of space is still pure, and the planet we were commissioned to colonize is nowhere in sight. Well, that can't be good. In its place, the ship has taken us to a world whose like we have never seen. We entered orbit only minutes ago. After conducting repeated diagnostics tests on our navigation and propulsion systems, my findings are conclusive. This is no mistake. Everything that they told us about this year-long voyage was simply a lie. Again, that does not bode well. This planet is and always was our destination, and now something has taken control and is drawing us into the atmosphere. From here on, I am no longer permitted to make executive decisions. This is why I've revived you early. So we were revived. We were in cryosleep of some sort. You are the one who decides. I must ensure that any lingering effects of cryostasis have not impaired your consciousness, your reasoning, or your memories before I can relinquish control. So I must ask this of you before our true mission begins. Tell me who you are. Well, lady computer person, I am the captain of the Cedar IMV 2037. Let's get this going. Thank you, Captain. I am Aya with callsign Sparks, the senior systems officer and AI of this ship. As my programming directs, I am at this moment reviving the other 5 senior officers and informing them of our situation. Okay, so we're going to have some more crew. That's good. We will enter the planet's atmosphere in 30 minutes. And our true mission. There is something else, Captain. It seems that hearing your voice has unlocked a set of encrypted files on my mainframe. As they are addressed to you as eyes only, only you will be able to access them. If they are from the Authority, they may detail our true mission parameters. And we get sort of our info, lore, history screen here of things that we know, I guess would be the way to describe that. So, Interstellar Gift, false mission, which was, as we've just learned, a colonization mission, but that was not correct. We were totally misled. Our true mission... This is the truth of it. What we call the Interstellar Gift wasn't a piece of wreckage from an alien vessel. It was a full-size shuttle pod containing blueprints, parts to build a spaceship, and a message. The planet of the Gift's origin, which we've named Indra, which happens to be the planet that we are currently orbiting, is farther than you can imagine. So the gist of this is we were told this was a colony mission, but in fact what happened is Terra, Earth, whatever you want want to call it, has gone through the "we are not alone" catastrophe. So something crash landed on Earth, and we have been sent to the planet of its origin. Well, I guess to kind of figure out what happened, and more importantly, to see if we can scavenge that technology. I understand our present circumstances may be overwhelming. As I did, you will feel outraged. You will feel betrayed. You will feel abandoned to a fate of silent death for the greed of dark-hearted men. However, I would ask you this. What is there to do but move forward and survive? We can all see the new world. And off we go to, well, largely crash land on Indra. Yep, that certainly is a crash landing. We've crash landed into this jungle area here. I realize you still have many questions. This is not the time. We are in danger. My sensors show multiple life forms of considerable size and number closing in on our location, likely drawn by the commotion of the crash. Well, let's do something about that. Fortunately, our cryo systems remain fully functional. We can immediately revive a small crew for the operation. Great. Good. Yeah, let's revive a team from cryo. That's I'm not fighting these things on my own, whatever they are. And here's all our frozen buddies. Okay, cool. Wow. And we also have a morgue. We'll come back to that later. So our living frozen friends, as opposed to our dead frozen friends, all have their little call signs: Z-Man, Red Man, Biscuit, and all have their little specialities. So red up here are soldiers. This sort of yellowish orange are scavengers, green are researchers, and blue are medics. Fairly straightforward stuff. They've all got individual stats: strength, dexterity, intelligence, and of course a health bar. Now, I could theoretically change their job, but I don't want to do that right now. This is early game stuff. Let's start messing with it right now. So let's first of all get all our soldiers revived. That just goes without saying. There's 4 soldiers that we can pick up here, and I'm going to release 6. And I'll talk about that in a sec, but I'm going to take 6 of them out. I don't need to take all of them out right now because they're not really going to have any added value. So as well as the 4 soldiers, I'm going to take 1 scavenger, and how about a researcher, just for good measure. They can all fight. They're just going to fight, better or worse, depending on well, a lot of things, really, quite a lot of things. Their stats, their skill set, their perks. We'll go into all of that later. And as I said, prior to recording this, I really gave this only about a 30-minute test drive. So after that point, this game will be as much new to me as it is to you. So we'll figure things out together. They're all armed with pistols. Actually, Jumbo, why are you not armed with a pistol? Why are you not armed with a pistol? You're an engineer who's designated as a sniper. Okay, I'm gonna wake you up too. Do you come with a gun? Oh, Jumbo has a gun now. Okay, so it was getting caught up. All right, that's fine. So everyone's got a pistol. That's the starting weapon. I do like a nice character portrait. It kind of fleshes out the game a little bit. I do like that there's a reasonably good degree of variety in the character portraits as we're going along here. I would click on you, but you're still frozen. You got a nifty little cybernetic eye patch, though. I'm always a fan of one of those. It just fleshes out the game a little more. When I'm looking at NPC character portraits and it's sort of generic blonde guy number 4, there's more you could do with that. And this game's making an effort to do something a little bit, individualized. Obviously not completely individualized. We can see the same traits here, but, a good character portrait, that's a nice touch. It's a small detail. I know it's not what's going to make or break a game, but it's a nice touch. All right, so we've got our folks unfrozen. I don't need 7 people, but and everyone's got a gun, so that's good. And we can go to our squad screen and start assigning all of these people. Actually, seeing as I woke up an engineer, I will take him, actually. But let's get all the soldiers on. Clearly, we're going into combat. Let's get all the soldiers on. And while I happen to be looking at you, Kelvin, your auto loadout is for tank. That will come up later. Light load, pistol, and you're not working in engineering right now. We're going to send you out on the field to murder things. And let's, we'll take the engineer and the scavenger. We'll leave the research one behind. That's fine. And now that we've got all of our crew assigned, now we can deploy. And let's go kill some things is what's going to happen. Ground combat. Here we go. Terran versus creatures. Our threat is 100, their threat is 138. And my understanding is, I could be misreading this. I might have to go through sort of the help menu or encyclopedia menu if they have one, is how tough they are. So we're kind of evenly matched. It's not that bad, 100 versus 138. I've come across a lot tougher in my quick play of this on my off time, so that's fine. The battle will start auto-paused, which is nice. And then combat is effectively squad-based tactics. There's nothing much that's going to surprise anyone here, although I do like the look of it. It's got almost kind of an endless legend look to it in combat. So it starts out on auto pause. You can undo that feature, but I think it's really handy. I wouldn't recommend starting this off actively unless you're very well prepared. But now I can play around with my squads. So we've got one team of 6 right now. What I'm actually going to do is break that up into 2 teams of 3, which worked out pretty well for me in the early game when I was trying this myself. So I'm going to take you guys and just drag and drop you into a new team. You are now Bravo team. And I could keep going. I could make this guy a solo operative on Team Charlie, but no, I'm going to do 2 teams of 3. Now we've got some decisions about tactics to make, because they're going to basically largely fight this battle themselves. I could take more control, but frankly, if you set the tactics up, my very brief experience is that they're a little smarter than you are if you set the tactics up correctly. So, first one, squad formation. You guys are going to you're all soldiers, so you're going to be my sort of heavy assault frontline people. I'm going to put you in a V formation. Your target priority, the nearest, the weakest, the strongest, the one who's wounded, or the ones who are healthy. I'm going to have you guys focus on taking down the strong enemies first. That's going to be your goal. Again, you're the frontline guys. And your attack style, we can go for assault, so they'll just charge in like maniacs. Balanced is pretty self-explanatory. Focused, again, pretty self-explanatory. And I am actually going to put you guys on focus. I want you hardcore, laser-sighted to take down the strongest enemies that are on the field right now. And they can also do caution, balanced, or aggression. I'm going to put you guys... You're already focused, so I'm going to put you on balanced rather than aggression. I do want you to play it a little bit smart. You know, if you're getting seriously wounded, don't keep charging in, is I hope how that's going to work out. And I'm test driving these. I'm assuming that these things are going to do what I think they're going to do. I could be completely wrong about this. Okay, Bravo team, let's keep you just in a line. That seems fair. You're going to be the back line guys. I want your priority in terms of targets to be on, how about the wounded? If you've got any who are wounded, just see if you can pick them off. That seems good. Now, I'm going to have you be balanced and cautious. So you guys are not going to be charging in like maniacs. You're going to be a little more cautious, a little just kind of hang back and pick off the weak and the wounded kind of thing. Those are actually 2 different things I could be targeting. But yeah, you're going to pick off the low-level guys. All right, I think we've got everything set up. I will just basically put this to auto run. I'm going to unhit pause. Again, I can more selectively move people around, but this early in the game, there's not a lot of reason for it. This is not a battle that I should lose. I may take some hits. I may even lose a person, but I shouldn't lose this. So let's see what happens. Okay, 2 teams are going to take off. You are going to head in that direction. The only problem with this is these bugs are kind of... Why are you not with your team? Come back to your team. Yeah, these guys are definitely doing what I want them to do, which... Okay, yep. Okay, yeah, back off. Good, that's exactly what I want you to do. You're playing it cautious. You kind of got a little boxed in up there, and now you're... Oh, we've already lost 2 guys. Okay, do you guys want to come up and help? Do you want to come up and help? Are you helping? Oh, you did help. Yay! Okay, so we lost a couple of guys. That could have gone a little better, but the numbers against us were quite overwhelming. It does seem to be a little bit randomized every battle. I've done that first battle with a lot less bugs on the field. Success! Our soldiers have defeated the alien creatures and protected the ship. New wave of hostiles has been detected. Okay, we might not be ready for that, Sparks. Humanoids with advanced equipment. They're launching a barrage of some kind of sleep gas. Our engineers don't stand a chance. Oh dear. Oh dear. And this is just a little cutscene because when she says we don't stand a chance, she is 100% correct. We don't stand a chance. We're not fighting this fight. We are just going to get bombed out with gas, and some folks are going to run away with our stuff. Senior Production Officer Malcolm Hawcroft, call sign Hammer, reporting in, Captain. Might remember me as the old guy who put you under the table at a drinking contest the night before we left. And again, maybe you wouldn't. Operation was a success. Our soldiers drove the herd away long enough for my guys to fix the ship. We'll be airborne again. Good. Ain't all candy and sweets, though. The group who attacked us didn't kill any of my engineers, but they did make off with a piece of our terraform engine. Bonehawk's tracking them down. Don't worry, she'll find them. Those animals out there, they were something else. Makes our lions back home look like kittens, and something tells me the welcoming party was just the lightweights in the family. Well, they weren't that lightweight, Hammer. I mean, they did take down a couple of my guys. We're going to need to keep our soldiers out of cryostasis. Just my suggestion. Yeah, I unfroze them all, Hammer. It's cool. My team's cut enough to keep the ship together, but you'll also need to start bringing up other folks soon. Medics, researchers. It takes a village. Okay. And with the ship basically fixed, we sort of head out into the sky. It's a good-looking game. That's one of the things that initially attracted me to it when I was kind of checking out new stuff coming down the line, is it's a visually appealing game. It's very cool-looking. The Beasts of Sunrise. I have a feeling we're about to get in another fight. Senior Scavenging Officer Bonehawk at your service, Captain, because life's never without irony. When you see a drink in my hand, call me Brenda. I have the locations of the tribesmen who stole our terraform drive. The fact that they managed to travel as far as they did in this kind of hostile terrain tells me they aren't simply resilient, they know this land. Well, of course they do. They live here. We don't live here. We're the alien invaders here. They're still on the move. They haven't made it back to their home base, it seems like, but that's likely to change. Okay, well, let's get on them then. You can leave the scouting to me, and the ship's scanners will only need combatants for the dispatch team, and they'll have to move fast. Well, let's select our team and deploy. Let's absolutely do that. Let's check out our squad. Okay, squad's back in action. Good, and we have 4 soldiers. Yeah, the same crew. Okay, good. Good. So apparently I didn't actually lose anyone. They were just injured. That is good. I appreciate that. Yeah, let's launch the mission. Let's launch the mission. And then we get a world map screen that we can kind of zoom in on a little bit. We don't know much about the planet. We'll discover more of these areas later, but let's just get right into this. Terran versus Volgar, 110 versus 125. That's pretty evenly matched. I've got a good bit of confidence in this. So where are they, first of all? They're all the way up there. Let's zoom in a little bit. It's a good-looking game. Really, I'm getting a lot of Endless Legend feel when it comes to the combat. The game overall, and we'll see more of this later, is really kind of very XCOM-ish in terms of base building, upgrading, doing missions, scavenging technology, learning new technologies. But the combat is, I'm getting a lot of throwbacks to an Endless Legend kind of feel, which is no bad thing. I do like this screen. So I'm going to keep everyone basically doing what they were doing. Again, this is an intro mission. We should have no problem completing this. So I think, we got bandits and skirmishers. Skirmishers are melee-oriented. That's fine. And if you guys just want to come rushing along, they should be melee-oriented, although I honestly can't tell if that's a gun icon or some kind of melee icon. Let's just unpause this and see what happens. So they're coming to me. We're coming to them. Got a pretty good position here. If they want to come to me, they're going to have to come through here. They're kind of... Okay, good. Yep, down. He's down. I would love... Okay, great. These 2 guys are down because these guys were kind of picking us off over here. The same way we were trying to pick them off. But decisive victory. And we actually got out of that unscathed, apparently. We can hit a battle report. No wounds taken. Excellent. Bandits and skirmishers. It was 70% bandits. Pistols and rifles. Oh, did we pick up some rifles? Oh, that would be great if we can scavenge some rifles. I think, however, that's just telling me what they were armed with. I don't think we actually scavenged that. So, what did we do? Kelvin did pretty well. Biscuit and Runway. I got to think about changing your name, Biscuit. Oh, yeah, that's our weapon. So we did that all 100% with pistols. Yay, go us. All right, back in the sky. where we just kind of hang out. Duster reporting in, Captain. I know my age might not show it, but I'm the senior combat officer on board. The pursuit mission was only a partial success. We routed the enemy and took back the terraform drive, but we realized too late that the drive's core was removed. That one tribesman who got away must have taken it. Well, I guess we weren't so good with the pistols after all. We know which direction they went in, but there's been a rise in electromagnetic activity in the area. It'll take some time before we can pinpoint a location. In the meantime, Patch took some samples from the enemy's bodies to study their physiology. He said he'd have his findings ready soon. I also spoke with a soldier who was in the fight. Apparently, these beastmen have a war cry, Volgar. So we are fighting the Volgar. I keep wanting to call them aliens, but that's not right. We're the invaders here. Yes, we are. This is not our planet. Medical. Captain, I need to speak with you. It's about the crew. Besides the 6 of us, 7 with Officer Sparks and the crew members you've revived, the rest of the crew currently remain in cryosleep to extend the longevity of our food stores. Whether awake or asleep, as it is, 100 living Terrans are supposed to be on board. Okay, so there was 100 in this colonization ship. That's not a good idea in terms of colonization. You kind of need a larger gene pool for that. Only something has gone wrong, Captain. 20 men and women have died in cryostasis. All right. The cryotubes have slowed decomposition almost to nothing, but I've confirmed it. They died right at the start of the voyage, all at the same time. That's a little suspicious. Right now, only you and I know of this. Clearly, such a death toll could have a disastrous impact on our crew if we let it be known. Panic could be the best-case scenario. As such, I have already isolated the cryotubes containing the deceased into one of the 5 hulls of the cryogenics deck, discreetly, of course. As I see it, we have 2 options. Leave them here, or we may be able to find a way to reverse what's happened to them. In the meantime, they're going to continue to use up energy, or we can basically recycle our dead friends. So that's the first sort of choice we're going to have to make here. We can preserve the fallen crew members and hope that we can find a way to revive them. They are dead. As Medical Officer Patch here says, dead is dead. I've not seen it undone. However, in my playthrough, and we'll talk more about the skill tree and the research tree as we get into it, dead is not necessarily dead in this game. That being said, this is a terrible decision, but, terrible in terms of ethics, but we kind of need the components more than we need the people. So, as much as I would like to hold on to these dead people and try and find a way to revive them, first of all, we don't want to instill panic in the crew by saying, oh yeah, a bunch of us died and it was probably planned by the people who sent us here. We're going to liquefy the bodies for resources. I know that sounds terrible, but we need the stuff more than we need the people. I will not speak of this again unless it is needed. I will leave the why of this tragedy unspoken. Okay, that is all for now. But before I again neglect to formally introduce myself, my name is Hang Min, call sign Patch, as our superiors cleverly thought to imply senior medical officer. Okay, I had doubts as to who could bear the burden that comes with a mission like ours. After meeting you, I can see my doubts were unfounded. All right, so we've recycled some friends. I don't know how friendly they were, but we've recycled them. We intercepted Bonehawk's back. We intercepted a radio transmission not long ago, originating from the area in which we've been searching. Okay, so she's got a lead on the tech that was stolen from us. Let's select another team and deploy. And by select a team, we only have the one team right at the moment, so we'll just get stuck right into that. Yep, go ahead and engage. 120 versus 150. Again, pretty evenly matched, and these are intro missions. There's almost no way we can screw this up. I'm going to keep the tactics exactly the same as they were. They've been working before. They're working now. We'll get into some more advanced tactics as the game goes on, and these aren't quite so easy in terms of the initial missions. So let's just see what our guys are going to do. Alpha team's moving forward. Bravo team is hanging back. Well, they were hanging back, but then a couple of members just charged right in there. I wonder what terrain does in terms of tree cover. I wonder if cover is a factor in this game, and I don't actually know the answer to that question. Our teams seem to be handling everyone pretty easily. Yeah, again, no real problem there. Intro mission, no No real chance to mess that up too bad. We can skip the battle report. We know we won on that. So let's just continue. Scavenging. We have to move quickly through this. So up in the corner here is a timer telling us how long we have to scavenge this area, and it's just pointing and clicking. I'm sorry I'm talking quickly through this. We have a very limited time to do this. We're scavenging the area, but we have a limited time to do it because of the storms on the planet. So we have to get out now, return to base. Go. Whew. All right. It's just a point-and-click scavenging thing. So now that we're up in the sky, I can go into that a little bit more. And it's just going down sort of almost like you were uncovering rooms in a Dungeons & Dragons game or something. Click on it, scavenge whatever is there, but you kind of got to go through it pretty quickly because you need to get off the ships or the planet's surface before the insane storms that are on this planet hit you. So move quickly through scavenging. But we got all of those. We got everything out of there. I don't know what will happen when we get into larger and larger scavenging areas. I'm sure we're just going to have to cut our losses and go and hope we get something good out of it. It was moving so fast I didn't even get a chance to see what we got out of there. But it's largely going to be metal scrap, electronic scrap, traditional kind of component things. We secured the outpost from the Volgari, but we couldn't capture those that fled. If the drive core was ever there, it isn't there anymore. Good news is the outpost is ours now, and I've had my people take a look around. Their findings are several. The fight would have been a lot harder if we'd arrived a week later than we did. The place was still mostly dormant. Okay? The facilities at the outpost are largely intact, despite having been long abandoned. The workshops and research facilities are highly advanced, so it'll take time to properly understand how it all works. The technology of the outpost bears a striking resemblance to that which powers our ship. This is expected. The ancients who sent the interstellar gift, again, that's the ship that crash-landed on Terra, it's the whole reason that we're here, were presumed to be masters of the planet. This planet, we can be sure that they are the ones who originally constructed this outpost. All right, so at least we're on the right track. We can rule out the Volgar as being the ancient race who brought us here. Their tech is entirely different. Could they be the great evil we were warned about in the message of the gift? Whoever they are, they're outsiders to this world. All right, with those introductory missions out of the way, that seems like a good place to call it for now, and we'll pick it up again next time with Tempest Citadel. I'm digging it. I kind of want to see where this game goes. I think it's a very good-looking game visually. I think it's got some neat mechanics, and I just kind of want to explore it. But let me know what you think of Tempest Citadel in the comments below, and let me know if you're into it as much as I am. I hope you are. I hope you're enjoying watching this, and I hope you'll enjoy watching some more episodes of this. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time.